Welcome to Dale's Workshop. Today, watercolor styles.
Hey, where do we get our styles? Where do we get our desire to paint? Where do we start? We really have no idea, do we? But when I think back of what inspired me, things in nature inspire me every day. But I remember back when my parents were writing with the handwriting. That was a different form of art to me, and that moved me. When my brother did things, I was always in awe watching him, and I was just taken by it. When I watch kindergartners or first graders paint, they don't worry about style. Where do I begin? They dip into the paint, they just do it. And that is one of the beautiful things of younger people. But I know adults who still play with color, and they paint like a first grader. And I remember back teaching 8th graders in Oakland when I had them experimenting with colors, and those memories to this day still inspire me because they did such wonderful things that could be framed and were really, really nice in and of themselves. They weren't finished, they weren't pre-planned, they were wonderful. But here's a painting right in front of me. When I tried my styles, I tried free and easy and played with color, and I never quite satisfied myself for a finished painting. In fact, I'd throw them away. So eventually I had to find an in-between. This painting shows in-between. It shows calculated, planned, predictable, and it also shows some exciting things in between. Not as exciting as someone might want to do, and some do, but it does show some nice things. Remember we talked about washes in that other workshop? We talked about going from dark to light. In this case, it goes from light to dark. And that process is kind of tricky because you want to keep your edge wet all the way down. What makes it a little bit more complicated are the sailboats. But that's a wash. Here's a controlled wash from light to dark, or dark to light. Here's one where we added more color to break the monotony. All these are washes with little or less color. Here's a wash here from light to dark, from light to dark. Here's a wash here that goes from dark to light. So no matter what you're doing, every painting is going to have washes, and it's going to have mixes of color practically, and that's what makes it fun. And again, with me, I had to make it predictable because that seemed to be my temperament. And I want you to think about where you are and what you are. What's your emotional temperament? What do you feel comfortable? What excites you most? And before you decide to go, just do some experimenting and a little more looking. Never stop looking. Thank you for coming.
Watercolors by Dale Perkins, San Francisco Watercolors.com. Bye-bye.